Hey guys, welcome back to another video of ours. We got some questions to answer tonight, and we're also going to talk about a giveaway, but first we're going to do the questions, and we'll get right into it. Got a few to answer, so let's get into it.
One of the reasons we're doing this again in my office is because the weather here in Utah's sort of taken a turn for the worse. We got rained on today. We were trying to get this accomplished at the golf course. We got a little bit in, and Chase is going to take his family to Japan to visit his younger brother. And I'm going to, of all places, Monterey tomorrow for a long weekend of golf. I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but my golf coach, the guy who is my coach to me, is my older brother. He's also a golf pro in California and is one of the co-owners of a school called the School for Extraordinary Golf, and really is sort of a foundation of where I like to come from and how we wanted to treat this video, just based on the coaching that I've received from him and my own experiences. And now Chase is getting those experiences as we go too. But what we thought we would do is we've been really impressed with the questions that have been asked as we have gone through video. And we thought maybe we'd take a moment to answer some of those, and then also look at answering some of these questions that will really need to be on the golf course to answer. I've mentioned, and I talk about it all the time, I'm not a believer in tips, so anything that we say here, don't misconstrue as a tip. I don't like to leave someone who's asking really great questions on their own to sort of figure it out with one little thing. I'd like to have them kind of figure it out for themselves so you can own it. And some of these questions are right down that alley. And just what I'd like to do is talk about these questions and then really sort of give you more questions that you can answer for yourself. Because anything we say here to these questions aren't going to be a one answer fixes everybody, because that can't happen. But there's some specific things in here, I think, that we chose that really apply to anyone who picks up a golf club. Right?
Yeah.
And then Chase can tell you what he's doing in his own search, in his own quest for, to get better and better and better, particularly in becoming a tournament player and his golf game. And then I can tell you what has happened to me in my playing, and just sort of go from there. So the first response I wanted to read was from Roy McElroy, fan 23. I really liked and appreciate this, and so I just want to read it. It says, "Hey guys, I want to congratulate you on a great channel." Thank you. And also today, I shot a career low round for me at my high school golf practice. He's a freshman, and he beat the entire golf team. Shot a 37, and he says, if you guys never posted the short game video, it would have never happened. I just wanted to thank you on great work and keep up the channel and always be one of your subscribers. That means a lot to me and Chase. That some of these videos I know, and I apologize, are just a bit long. But when we get into a session, it's hard to look at the whole package. So we're going to just have to start taking little bits of that. And you can do the same thing in your game. Find the things that work for you. And I really want to thank you for that comment. I'm an absolute believer that just hitting the golf ball around the golf course isn't what's going to lower your score. It's that 100 yards in. So I think that he found that for himself, and I think that's a great place to be. The more you practice that, the better you're going to get. And you're just not going to beat the the team. You'll beat all the other teams too. So keep that up, because it's hard to beat a guy with a good short game. Let me get the screen back up again.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've been working on more lately too, is the 100 yards in, because I was focusing more on my long game, and my short game struggled because of it. I used to be a really good putter, and as of late I'm trying to get that back, but it's been really difficult. I have not been that great of a putter in the last couple of years. So I'm trying to get back the 100 yards in so I can fix that part of my game.
Yeah, it's funny, and I'll just say this about Chase's game, and just see if this sort of fits you too. When Chase very first started and started competing in high school golf, he was probably the best natural putter I'd ever seen, and so much better than me, even at that time. And isn't it crazy that the more he learned about the game and the more he tried to get better, the poor putter that he became? It's sort of that he got all the technical stuff that now it made sense to him in a technical way, and he immediately sort of lost the important part, which was the feel, which is something that can't be really taught. I'm the first guy. I'm not going to be able to teach you feel, but I can give you practices to help you find it. And so I wanted then to read this next comment from Flamo98, and I think this is over our questions that we get asked. I think that these are a good representation of those. He says, I have a problem. I play in a lot of competitions at my home course, and I'll start off well, really well, level par, maybe one over, and then I get to 2 or 3 holes that I hate. I love that word because that actually says a lot. I hate, and I always double bogey or bogey them. And it's not that they're hard holes, it's just that I have this mental block driving and teeing off. How should I try and stop this? And I think you're asking the right question. I just want to ask you different questions. This also goes about the mental part of the game. And I'm going to read this because these two tie in from Yoke to 1337. It's about the mental part of this game. At the beginning of my round, I might shoot 5 straight pars. That's when I start thinking, hey, I'm playing really good. I might even shoot below 80. And then the next hole, I make a triple bogey and follow that up with a double. And all of a sudden, your round's lost. And so those two kind of tie into each other, one in a competitive way and the other in being competitive with yourself. So I wanted to have you think a little differently on this. Number one, I hope all of you, as we did, watch the Masters this past weekend. A few things that surprised me. That Phil didn't win.
Yeah.
But you talk about triple bogeys. Here's a tour pro, one of the best in the world, and he had 2 triple bogeys in that tournament. You could argue it might have cost him the tournament, but still, here's a tour pro banking a triple bogey. I've seen tour pros, even at that golf course, make double-digit numbers.
Yeah.
My best comment I ever heard when Arnold Palmer was asked, how could he make 12 on the 16th hole? And he said, well, I missed a 4-foot putt for an 11. I just love that. But I wanted to really talk about these because I think this is spot on, and you got to look outside the box a little bit. So I'm going to do a little, I would do this if I were coaching on the golf course. I'm going to do it with Chase here. I've heard a lot of instructors, and you keep hearing that golf is, 99% mental?
Yeah.
And 1% physical, right? I don't believe that. As a matter of fact, this may be the first time on YouTube that someone could actually prove something right or wrong. I'm going to prove it's not right. So, Chase, if you will, I've got my Nike black ball. I got a couple of these that I got, and I've stored them away, kind of fun. But Chase, here's a golf ball. And what I want you to do is I want you to hit this golf ball from this side of the room to the other side. And I only want you to use your mental. Go. What's wrong? Use your mental.
I can't move things with my mind.
So let me get this right. You can't hit this with your mental.
No.
But 99% of the whole game is mental. No. Let me tell you what. Golf is probably 98% physical and 2% mental. My brother gave me some interesting statistics. Let me share this with you. He was really interested in what made a low handicapper and what happened with a high handicapper. So what they did in their school is they hooked these brain waves, the machine that measures brain activity, and they took a low handicapper and they took a high handicapper, okay? And here's the brain waves on a high handicapper, even a mid handicapper, you know, a 10, right? The brain waves went like this. The guy was thinking, okay, stand with my shoulders square, don't hit it left, keep my shoulder in, keep my elbows in, is my grip too weak? Boom. And the low handicappers' mental brain waves went like this. He had one thought. As soon as that thought came in, nothing else mattered. So I found out that I had more of a stake mentally in looking good as a college golfer than I did on honestly playing good. So it meant more to me to look good than to play good. And that was a sort of a self-discovery moment right then when the little voice, how I found to tune the little voice out was to acknowledge it. So this is what I do. I get up on first tee. My coach would be watching. All the teammates were there. Sometimes I played with the gallery. It was kind of cool. And the voice would start talking, and I would say, oh, thanks for sharing. And then what I would do is this. I would, in my pre-shot routine, come behind the ball, and I would remember what it was for me in my swing, how I hit it on a driving range. I would then step into the shot, say, thanks for talking to me, little voice. I got some work to do here. I'll talk to you later. And then just duplicated my swing that I have on the driving range. And visualized the hole as if I were hitting off the driving range. Instead of trying to, and here's the point, the moment I tried to steer it where I wanted it to go, the club face opens up. Anytime in your golf swing, on a driver, on a chip, on a second shot, on a putt, chip, you name it, the moment you try to make it do something, you just lost. So here's the other point that I just wanted to make, to combine these two questions together, is that when I got to a point where I go 1 or 2 under par, the moment I let my mind say, and that's that little voice, remember, if you just par in, you're going to shoot a 68.
Yeah.
The moment I thought of the number that I thought I wanted to finish with, I shot a 75. The moment I made the number mean something, I lost the last holes. I couldn't hang on for no matter what. So what I did is I started looking at the guys who were really going low. I wanted to know what was different with them than me. And here's what it was. When they got to 1 under par, all they could think about in their game, as long as they played the course correctly, not too over aggressively as the course dictated, was to make the next birdie. And they stayed aggressive until the round was over. They tried to make a birdie, or they tried to make the par, depending on how the hole was shaped, on every single swing, and would not let their inner voice control or manipulate at the golf ball. So you want to change your golf game. You want to fill in the missing links that Chase and I are talking about when you think that mental means that much. Remember, you can't do a dang thing with your mental other than let it get out of your way. And the only way I know, the only way that I personally learned how to get it out of my way is to acknowledge it, whether privately in my mind or out loud. Say thanks for sharing. And I got to a point where I didn't have to make up excuses. Like I'd hit a ball right, 30 yards right. And all the rest of the guys would go, you know, the coach would say, what happened? Well, you know what, impact, I got it stuck and my hands opened up. And what I got to the point of saying was, it went right. What happened? It went right. I guarantee you, the moment you get to that mindset, you find the ball where it went right, get yourself in that mental spot where nothing's going on, you hit your second shot, you're making par, maybe even birdie. And if you doubt that at all, just go back to what Bubba did on the 10th hole of the second hole of the playoff when he hit the ball where?
Right.
He got there and he didn't say, woe is me, I'm going to lose the tournament, let's chip out. And I heard the guy say, well, he doesn't have much shot, he's going to chip out. What he said was, I've done this my whole life. Matter of fact, I probably can hook a ball pretty good 30 yards. What he did was he just hit a shot that was his shot. Was it great at the moment? One of the greatest shots in Masters history, I think,
Yeah.
given the weight of it. I wouldn't think Bubba was going to win that tournament, not because I didn't think he had the skills. I didn't think he could hold his putting up over that period of time. He didn't putt great, but he didn't let anything get away from him. He was aggressive when he could be, and he didn't challenge putts when he knew he couldn't, and he didn't three-putt.
Yeah.
That's what won Bubba the tournament. Interesting side note on Bubba. He doesn't have a coach. He doesn't have a swing coach. He doesn't have someone that teaches him. You know what he said? He goes, listen, why should I listen to somebody who can't beat me? Think about that.
Mm.
So the moment you get out of your way on those holes, when you get a couple under par, the moment you start thinking about what your score is going to be, just sign your card and go in because you're done. I guarantee it. Stick the fork, it's over. But if you'll stay aggressive where you need to be aggressive and try to make that 3 to go to 4, try to make the 4 go to 5. We had a high school senior this year shoot 63 on a par 72 hole course here. I said, Saquon, what were you thinking when you got to 5 under par? He said, I was thinking about how I was going to get 6 under par. I said, what happened when you got 7 under par? He said, I was trying to think right how I get to 8 under par. He didn't think, I'm going to shoot a 65, which was his low round of his life. And I found every time when that goes away, that makes the second shot much easier. That makes the chip when you get to the green that much easier to get to, because what does it do? It frees your mind up. I'm not going to say this crudely, but it'll free your mind up so your butt can follow. And that's all it is, Chase. You want to take your game to the next level? Acknowledge the little voice that's telling you can't do it, or where it's going to go, and how you should do it or shouldn't do it, or how you look, and just focus on the swing that you have, which is your swing, and you'll make good shots.
Yeah.
Period. I don't want this to go much longer, so I'm just going to read a couple of them. But a lot of these are tied into just that.
Yeah.
We had when I lose concentration when on the range of putting green practice in general. I seem to have a good 20 minutes that I lose interest and focus. They're asking for a tip on how to stay interested and focused on the practice range. Great question. I can answer that, not in my words. I have my thoughts on it. I'll answer it in Billy Casper's words. Everybody's a little bit different. Ben Hogan used to spend 3/4 of his time practicing. Great golfer. Billy Casper, on the other hand, thought that every time he went to the practice tee, he was always hitting off perfect lines. So he wanted to focus his practice on playing, because he wanted to experience the lies that you'll get on a golf course, instead of just pounding balls off perfect lies all the time. That's how he improved his golf game. Find out what works for you. I said this, and I'll say it again. I'm not asking you for 20 minutes of pure, utter concentration. We're asking you for 1 second. So raise your hand if you think you can pay attention for 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Be who you are between the seconds. But when you get to that 1 second, get rid of the little voice, clear your mind, let your swing be as free as it is on the driving range. I guarantee your score will go lower. The other questions are about putting. We're going to talk about those things, how to hit uphill and side hill and downhill lies. Really want to show you on that. I'd like to have Chase show some diagrams, not to be technical, just how to do it. We'll do that on the course. So we want to thank you all for just subscribing to our channel.
Yes, thank you.
I really want to thank, who did we send the hat to, do you remember?
It was the Man Golfer.
Yeah, Man Golfer. Thank you for posting that we actually sent it to you and appreciated our channel, and there it is. So we thought, what the heck, let's just go give away some more stuff. We hit over 200 subscribers. For us, that's like a party, so let's have a party.
Pretty good.
So, who do I love? Callaway?
Yeah, we love Callaway.
We love Callaway, so let's do it again. We're not going to give away one prize this time. I think kind of hokey. Let's give away 2.
Okay.
Let's give away a dozen tour, brand new Hex Black. These aren't special. They're just the golf ball Phil plays with. Great golf ball. I'm playing them myself. And let's do another hat. But instead of last year's tour hat, let me give you this year's tour hat. That's going to go out to you too. So the first two that comes in here, what we're going to do is let's give it a week or so. Maybe you can invite some more subscribers on the channel. Subscribe. We'll do another random drawing of subscribers. Maybe Chase can post a video when he's in Japan and let you know who won that. And we'll get those mailed out like everything else.
Yep.
Golf and life are the same things. We all want to look good. We all have that little, I don't care if it's golf or what you're doing, we have that little voice saying, you can't. It's a little voice that says, you're going to miss it. It's going to go right. I'm going to look bad. The moment you can find your way, my way was easy. I just said, thanks for sharing. If I look bad, I look bad. If I hit it right, what do I say, Chase? It went right. I don't say that my hands were open, I crossed over, got my elbow too close. It went right. Because that frees me up for the second shot to have some joy.
Hey guys, I'm sorry about not being with my dad right now, but we're at his house recording that video, and we had some camera issues, but we were trying to wrap it up anyways. But my dad had some good things to say. I hope you guys enjoyed everything he was saying, because it's good info. And I know we didn't get out to all the questions we wanted to, but we don't want to keep these videos super long, even though they are anyways. But there's a lot of info my dad likes to share. He's really good with the knowledge he has about golf. But you know, we just wanted to thank you guys again so much for subscribing. Keep up, share the channel, share the subscriptions. The giveaways are going to get better as we get bigger. And once again, we have 2 giveaways this time. We have this hat, another hat we're going to give away to a lucky winner, and also to another lucky winner. I think this is probably the more wanted one, is these new Hex Callaway golf balls. The ones that just came out last month, actually. And they're the ones that Phil Mixon plays, and I'm sure most people that play Callaway on the tour probably play it. So anyways, you want a chance to win those items, hit that subscribe button. Make a comment below. Tell us how much you like these giveaways, how much you like the channel. More questions. You know, if you have questions, sometimes I'll get my dad's opinion and answering questions just through the inbox. Sometimes I'll answer questions through personal messages on YouTube. So if you have questions, you can send a personal message, or you can please make a comment below too, and we'll try and help you out best we can with your game. And as we grow, you guys can grow with us. And thanks again. You know, we really do appreciate it. So you want a chance to win one of these 2 awesome items, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that yet, and also comment below on how awesome you think these giveaways are. We really appreciate, we really love to hear from you guys about what you think about our channel, about these giveaways. So thanks again, and good luck.